An event titled Climate Change, Opportunities and Challenges for Business was held in Colombo today. The CEBs power generation plan came under criticism at the event.
This is what I've seen from the Central Electricity Board. This is not the world we need to see. This is a world that suggests that the amount of coal will go from 4,371 to 21,647, a five-fold increase in the use of coal. Yes, it suggests an increase in renewable energy. This is not consistent with avoiding climate change. It's not consistent with an agreement made in Paris. This is not a world that I suggest is in the best interest of Sri Lanka or the world. The time for action is now. We have no time to waste. We need to both mitigate climate change and adapt to climate change. Sri Lanka is a member of the CBD, the Convention on Biological Diversity. It is a member, but it never shows up. It hasn't been to one single meeting, even though the signing. I would hope that Sri Lanka could really be an active participant. And I would argue that the President would be the sort of person to lead such an exercise. Sri Lanka can come up with a really good mitigation strategy based on energy efficiency and renewable energies.
The event was organized by the American Chamber of Commerce in Sri Lanka and was graced by President Maithripala Sirisena.
And it's a shame that some of the policymakers who need to hear messages like that are not here. We're about to face an imminent drought, and the Secretary of the Ministry of Power and Energy was recently quoted for requesting the citizens of Sri Lanka to move away from incandescent bulbs and move towards CFL and LED bulbs, which is a wonderful initiative. But don't you think that we should be taking more significant steps in terms of building sustainable infrastructure to be able to mitigate and prevent environmental disasters such as the droughts and floods that we're about to experience?
We must think, how can we produce the modern energy we need for economic growth, for poverty alleviation? And the obvious answer is renewable energy. Sri Lanka has an excess capability and potential in wind. So why would you import coal from another country when you already have the right conditions for an economy based on wind, solar and even modern biomass? So one does not need to import coal. One can use your own natural resources to power your industry, power the homes of every single Sri Lankan, and you can do it in a sustainable way. I can understand how sometimes the wrong decisions are made to get the infrastructure quickly in place, etc. So I don't have an answer to your question other than one needs to sit around a table, potentially led by your President, who is also the Minister for Environment, with the private sector, with civil society, and plan where do we want to go.
The President was also presented with a memento in recognition of his work to mitigate climate change.